Imagine this. You sit down to study. No motivation. No inspirational music. No dramatic speech to yourself like, asterisk, this time, I will change my life. Asterisk. And yet, you still study. Sounds illegal, right? But for many Japanese students, this is just Tuesday. Today, I'll show you how Japanese students turn boring study into a routine, so normal, so automatic, that motivation becomes optional. And no, they're not secretly robots. I checked. Probably. Let's start with the real problem. Most of us treat studying like a special event. We wait for the perfect mood, the perfect time, the perfect desk setup, sometimes even the perfect weather. Japanese students don't do that. To them, studying is not an event. It's closer to brushing teeth. Think about it. Do you wait for motivation to brush your teeth? No. You don't wake up and say, I don't feel like brushing today. I'll do it tomorrow. You just do it. Half asleep. On autopilot. That's exactly how they treat studying. Now here's the first secret. They don't ask, asterisk, do I feel like studying? Asterisk. They ask, asterisk, what time is it? Asterisk. In many Japanese homes, study time is tied to the clock, not emotions. For example, after dinner study, after school short review, before sleeping light revision. No debate, no negotiation, no inner drama. Your brain loves routine because it saves energy. When something becomes predictable, your brain stops arguing. And when your brain stops arguing, life gets easier. Now let's talk about why boring study doesn't feel boring to them. Because they don't aim for excitement. This part is important. Most students try to make studying fun. Fancy apps, colorful notes, motivational videos. Japanese students aim for something better than fun. They aim for normal. When something is normal, it doesn't need excitement. Think about walking. Walking is boring, yet you do it every day without complaining. Why? Because it's normal. Japanese students lower the emotional pressure of studying. No, I must study for 5 hours. Energy. No heroic goals. Instead, they use small, repeatable actions. For example, review just 1 page. Solve just 5 questions. Read for 10 minutes. That's it. Here's the funny part. Once they start, they often continue longer. But even if they don't, it still counts as success. Why? Because the goal isn't study a lot. The goal is sit down and start. Starting is the real victory. Now let me tell you about something they do really well. They separate effort from emotion. In many cultures, effort is emotional. I studied hard today. I felt productive. I was in the zone. Japanese students don't care about that. They care about showing up. Even on bad days. Even when tired. Even when bored. Especially when bored. Because boredom doesn't stop routines. Only emotions do. And routines ignore emotions completely. Now let's talk about the environment. This part is simple but powerful. Japanese students design their environment so studying becomes the default option. For example, study desk always clean, books already open, stationery always ready, no setup required. Less friction equals more consistency. If you need 10 minutes just to prepare, your brain will say, maybe tomorrow. But if everything is ready, your brain says, well, I guess we're doing this now. They also study in the same place, at the same time. Same chair, same desk, same lighting. Their brain associates that place with studying. So the moment they sit down, the brain switches modes automatically. No hype needed. Now here's a subtle trick they use. They don't judge their study sessions. Bad day? Fine. Good day? Fine. No overthinking. They don't say, today was useless. I didn't study properly. I failed again. Why? Because judgment creates resistance. Resistance makes starting harder next time. Instead, they think, I showed up. Good enough. And guess what? That mindset keeps the routine alive. Now let's address the biggest myth. Japanese students are naturally disciplined. No, they build discipline by removing the need for it. Discipline is hard when you rely on willpower. Routine is easy because it runs automatically. They don't force themselves daily. They design their days. And here's the best part. Once studying becomes routine, it stops feeling heavy. It's still boring sometimes. But boring doesn't mean painful. It's just neutral. Like washing dishes. Like tying shoes. Like checking your phone for no reason. And suddenly, progress starts happening quietly. No motivation. No pressure. No drama. Just consistency. So if you want to study like Japanese students, don't ask, how can I be more motivated? Ask, How can I make studying normal? Pick a fixed time. Pick a fixed place. Start small. Remove emotion. Repeat. That's it. No secret hacks. No magic tricks. No anime training montage. Just boring routines that create impressive results. And honestly, that might be the most exciting part of all.